Over.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Uh, Mr. Himanshu, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
You will have to take care of the of admitting newer people. I will not be able to do that because there are new joinees which are joining, and a permission has to be given, right? So we are having more and more people. 20, it's become 20 now, 21. So just take care of that. Just take care of admitting new people. Otherwise, people will be stuck waiting for the permission, at least for the initial 10 minutes. So just make sure you do that. Okay. So we begin our meeting today. Very good evening and a warm welcome to all of you. Today we have uh, a very excellent topic, a good topic, a very, very interesting upcoming topic, which is very pertinent to our current era. We've got two very important talks. One is the role of AI in paper publication. I'm sorry. And the second one is uh, how to increase the chances of acceptance uh, in of your papers, of your research work in international conferences by one very experienced doctor. So our first talk is going to be by Dr. Dhaval Mehta. I would like to introduce him and give him a warm welcome. Uh, Warm welcome to you, Dr. Dhaval. I,
Hello. Hello.
yeah, hi. You're there, right? Hello, Dr. Dhaval, are you there? Yes. So Dr. Dhaval is a professor in the Department of Business and Industrial Management at Surat, Gujarat. And he's a doctorate in the management and currently working as a professor in the Department of Business and Industrial Management at Veer Namrat, South Gujarat University in Surat. He's got 22 years of postgraduate teaching experience and over and above his industrial experience with multinational finance companies and various banks. He's presented and published over more than 40 research papers in national and international conferences, published books like the Minitab software, the statistical analysis R software, very important for all of us to be learning that, machine learning using R rattle, and data analysis using R. He's launched a YouTube channel by the name of Dhaval Mehta itself, and a key resource person for research methodology workshops organized at various levels. He's organized various faculty development programs on data analysis using various softwares. And over to him without much of a delay. I think we should move to the first talk. Dr. Dhaval,
Am I audible?
yes, you're audible. Yes. You
Okay, sharing
share
the
your
screen
screen.
with all of you.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Can
20
you?
minutes slot has been given to me. Okay.
Yeah. So can you share your screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing a screen.
Yeah. All right.
Now, there is a lot of apprehension regarding should the researcher use AI or not? And if it is to be used, how responsibly we can use it. So today's just a quick session is about that only, in which our main objective is learn faster, work smarter. 7 steps are there. The first step is how to explore the trust areas in your desired field of research. So for this, I will activate one of the AI tool to find out the trust areas, and that is open knowledge maps. Open knowledge maps. Make sure that the sequence in which we are going is to be maintained so that the output of one AI tool we can integrate in the another AI tool. Now, majority of you must be in the doctor fraternity, and therefore it is necessary that you activate PubMed. Now, I'll pick up the term osteoarthritis. Go. So all those researches which are related to the osteoarthritis and they are having some similarity will be definitely clubbed into one. Just a minute, let me go back and or I'll pick up one more another term that is
You can pick up some gynae topic like infertility, maybe polycystic ovarian syndrome,
sorry,
PCOS.
sorry.
You can pick up some gynae related, like an gynae related topic, like a PCOS or like poor ovarian reserve. These are topics which are common for us, maybe.
Uh, just can you write it in the chat box quickly? Quickly, you can write it. Now, okay, PCOS. So I'll pick up this term, activate PubMed, Control V, PCOS. The poor ovarian.
They are two separate topics. Poor ovarian reserve is different
Yeah,
from PCOS.
I think that I'll pick up this one, poor ovarian reserve. Go. Meanwhile, this is when this is getting processed. Let me activate the another AI tool, and that is Caret Square to find out the thrust areas and the peripheral areas. So here also I write the same thing, poor ovarian reserve, enter. Let me see. No, still it's not generated. Okay. You can see the results has been generated in which the documents have been clubbed based on the similarity. Now what you can do, you click on this tree map here. Just see this tree map and it will segregate all the areas in which at present the research is going on in poor ovarian reserve. I can click any one of them. It will zoom. The same chart can be converted into the pie chart where this is your core areas and these are your peripheral areas. Now what I'll do, I'll click on this tree map and let's say I select this particular part in which I want to carry out the research. Take the screenshot of it, capture, and then you go in ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT. Now there is something which is known as prompt engineering. Okay, so what you will do, just paste it here and remember this prompt which I am writing based on the uploaded image. Identify the research gap. Identify the research gap and suggest me the suitable title. After writing this, don't enter anything. There is one more command and that is temperature. Okay, this is a setting of ChatGPT, which you must not be aware. Temperature 0.1 because you belong to the medical fraternity and we don't want something which is to be generated on its own. So enter it and now it will start searching the gap and suggest me and it will suggest you a suitable title. See this. The gaps have been identified. Meanwhile, let me see here. Yes. Open Knowledge Maps has generated the clusters. If you click on any one cluster, If the unlock button is there, it means that you can download this paper very easily, and you will also come to know the area in which the research is going on. So this is a PDF which you can download it directly from the website. Directly from the website. So finding out the core areas and thrust areas, we start with the open knowledge maps and Garrett Square. Now let me see, is it suggesting me any title? Yes, it has suggested me the clinical focus title, mechanistic plus translational focus. So let us go for this first one, evaluating the clinical efficacy. Now I will just simply copy it. And now I will go in, this AI2 paper finder, AI2 paper finder, which is introducing AI2 paper finder. These are all specific tools. Temperature to set less than 1. Rohit Rana, remember one thing, temperature nearer to 1 means it will generate lot of text on its own, which we don't want in medical sciences. We don't want it in medical sciences, and therefore we keep the temperature low. It's not a literal meaning which you understand a temperature. Basically, lower temperature means it will generate the things on the basis of facts, right? And higher temperature, it starts generating something on its own also. Now, once this is done, when you enter into AI2 paper finder, just paste the title which you have zeroed down, that this is a title on which I want to work. Just 5 minutes before, we were not having any title. We have zeroed down the title, and now the papers will start. It will start generating the papers. This AI tool works on agents, something which is known as an agentic AI, and it will never digress or it will never hallucinate because it is a complete AI tool, free AI tool for finding the papers only. So you can see on right hand side, the paper is generated. Now, why is it so meaningful? We can filter the papers based on perfectly somewhat relevant. Again, the filtering can be done on the basis of year, venue, and author. The interesting part is here. The interesting part is here. Show the evidence. The main sentences which are to be included in your paper will be highlighted. It will also uh, uh, extract the abstract, relevant passages from paper, which normally we quote that what was the significance between the two groups. So that is a control group and the experimental group. 10 sightings from the chapters. That's it. That's a AI2 paper finder for you. Once this is done, then you can go on another AI tool, which is Storm Jenny, developed by Stanford University. Just paste your topic here, enter, and write your purpose, write an article, and submit. It will take some time, but definitely it will generate a very meaningful result. Meanwhile, till this is getting processed, I'll show you one another AI tool, which is Citation Gecko. So once we have got the paper, we want the papers which are reference paper. So basically the anchor paper, the paper which has inspired us. Let's say that this paper was published in 2025. I am having only one paper, but I am also looking for the references which have been mentioned in this paper. So what I'll do, I'll click on this citation Gecko. And this is basically to find out the reference paper only. Start discovering paper, search for papers, just paste it here. Okay, whatever title which we have selected, search. It starts searching for the papers. Done. Once this is done, click on the title, add selected as seed papers, click outside this box, and you are now having the paper mining. Click on any one, okay, any of this yellow dot, the entire network of the paper will appear in front of you. This is a 2D plot. I can definitely convert it into the 3D plot and just see what you are having with you. It's just a minute. Now each and every black dot is active. Okay. And when you click on this black dot on left hand side, if this icon appears, just click on it and again you will get the citation of this paper, the DOI of this paper. We were not aware about anything just before some time, but now we are having the DOI. Everything is with us. Is it clear? With me, all of you? Are you able to listen? With me?
Yes, quite an eye opener. How simple it is to actually go ahead with paper with AI. Yes, please
Yeah,
continue.
so I'll show you something more. Now, once this is done, normally in our management sciences, we go for identifying the research gap using research gaps are identified or research gaps are mentioned in the Excel. We create the entire Excel sheet. But if we do this manually, it is going to take a hell lot of time. So first of all, let's see what Storm Jenny has generated for us. Entire summary with background, with everything is ready for us. Is it clear? Everything is ready for us. Now, there is one AI tool. In total, there are somewhere around 75 AI tools on which the training is necessary to use it properly. Believe me, your research can definitely go to the next level. This AI tool is answer this. The name itself is answer this. Go and sign in. Sign in with the Google. I'm having my own account. Okay. This is the last AI tool because the time is 7:55, which has been given to me. I will paste the thing here and identify the research gaps, activate it, done, and see what it generates for us. Meanwhile, I want to report many things in the paper, like diagrams. So what I'll do, I will keep napkin AI also ready, the visual AI for business storytelling, but it works for medicine also very nicely. Let me check, is anything generated here? It'll take some time, no need to worry. It will definitely change. We will get a table format. Let it generate on its own. I'll go in napkin AI. Uh, in one of the workshop is in Ames Guwahati in the month of May for teaching the doctors AI tools in research. Eh, Possibly it's still writing. It'll take some time. Yeah, it's done. See, the title of the paper, abstract. When I activate this, here there is an option, write the research gap. Just imagine that you are having so many papers and it will write the research gap also. And you can download this and present it. Oh, the research gap is ready. Moreover, if I select few of the papers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here at the bottom, I can convert this into the bibliometric analysis. So here I am having get napkin free. Can you see the site? The bibliometric analysis is just ready in one click in front of you. See this. Publications by year for this topic. Before 20 minutes, we did not have any clue in which area we want to do the research. Now we are ready with the bibliometric analysis and everything is with us. Okay. Now here, the last AI tool. Change something. Let it generate. Now, when I will select this, generate the visual on its own, immediately it will start generating the visual on the basis of the text which is uploaded here. Okay. So whatever text which is there, you want to represent it in the form, you are having poster presentations. This you can do very easily. See this. The poster presentations can be done very easily and quite effectively. Is it clear? Now, I'll just close it and share. We don't have time, right, ma'am? Rupali, ma'am? Yeah. So I'll just drop my details here. Those who want to be in touch with me, I'll just drop my details. So this is my WhatsApp link. And these are my number. So I will on the camera. Well, thank you, Rupali ma'am, for inviting me. It was a very fleeting meet in Delhi, but still you invited me. You considered to invite me. Thank you. Really thankful for that. I'm really thankful for that. Really appreciate.
So there are certain aspects of paper writing where we would want more of your input. Maybe when we talk about statistical analysis, so we probably would have subsequent talks on how AI can actually help in statistical analysis. This
You
was like
want you if
like
you
a
want
systematic
me if you want me to continue, I can continue.
Sir,
If you
no,
give me 5 minutes.
we have
Not,
another.
excuse me, not
Yeah.
today. Time's up.
Yeah.
Dr. Rupali.
Yes, yes. Professor Geddes, would you
Dr.
like to
Mahet has
summarize?
given an excellent presentation, and maybe there will be time for him to answer one question later. And there are some colleagues waiting. There are some colleagues waiting to get in. One surprise colleague. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's move on. Dr. Chimoti is patiently waiting. And are you smiling or laughing, Dr. Chimoti?
Hello. Yes, I'm smiling.
Smiling. Oh, very good.
Good evening.
Okay.
I don't mind if he continues, really.
No,
has
I
been
mind. Timekeeping, because time for tea.
Yes.
We'll be late for tea.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Dr.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for
sir.
inviting me.
Madam,
Thank you.
please start.
Please be there, Dr. Dhaval. At the end, we'll have some question answers.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
you can
Sure.
ask some
Sure.
answer.
Sure.
And
Definitely.
Dr. Akshay, would you like to introduce Dr. Bindu?
Yes, madam.
Yes. So,
Okay.
should I share the CV?
Yes, madam.
Okay. All right. All right.
No, we've had that one.
Yeah, this one.
That's the one. That's the one. Dr. Chimoti, we are waiting for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Dr. Akshay, please go ahead. So,
That's the CV.
yeah.
Okay. So it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Bindu Chimoti madam. She is the senior consultant clinical embryologist. She is the chapter secretary of Vidarbha chapter. She presented several original research papers at S3, ASRM and IFSS World Congress. Won West Paper Award at the ASRM 2013 and West Paper Video Award at the ASRM 2019. Published 10 original research papers in international peer-reviewed journals. She is a co-editor of book, a comprehensive handbook of IVF. It is now you can present, madam.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. And after such a wonderful lecture on the most advanced technique in the field overall, not just IVF overall that we are seeing AI, we come to a very basic topic, and it is all manual, nothing to do with AI. So I hope people appreciate this also as much as the AI lecture. So if the screen is visible, I'll start right away. Okay, so the topic is strategies to enhance acceptance of abstracts in international conferences. And I think most of the people are very wary about writing an abstract, or forget abstract, even talking about a research paper or doing any research activity, because everyone feels that it is a whole lot of work, and we cannot handle it. We can do the work, but we cannot really write a research paper. But then it is a simple thing if we go about it in a very stepwise manner. Most importantly, we need to understand that we have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe in the work that we are doing. Believe me, the daily things that we do in our IVF clinic, our IVF setup, or in the IVF laboratory, daily we are adding to a huge amount of data. So subconsciously, without even realizing, somewhere by doing little changes, by maybe just tweaking the regular protocol a bit, maybe we are doing some research without realizing it. So the fact remains that we need to understand what we are doing and document each and everything, have a good amount of data. So the first step is to understand that we have to document everything and we have to have a good amount of data. And if we are talking about writing a research paper abstract that has to be presented at a conference, then let us take one step at a time. So let us say that now with the cricket fever going on, maybe you can take abstract writing as a game of cricket. You are the batsman, your abstract is the ball. So both the things are yours now. The conference guidelines are the pitch and the reviewers are the umpires. So you know how to hit, you know your game. Now you have to just conform yourself to the conference guidelines, and that is the pitch on which you will be playing. The day you understand what the pitch is, it becomes easier for you to bat or to bowl, and vice versa. So you have to understand what the conference is all about before you start writing an abstract for that particular conference, right? So start with your spade work, a ground leveling work. First and foremost, choose your conference wisely. Which conference are you aiming at? what is the theme of the conference? So every conference, even if we talk of a broad spectrum of infertility, we are talking about certain specific areas that the conference will concentrate on. So which conference are you aiming at? What is the theme of the conference? And what are the current issues that it is dealing with? So overall, you should know you should get the feel of the conference, right? And then by your own research work, what is the message that you want to convey to the larger audience at the conference if the abstract is accepted? So you are weighing your own research in the context of the conference where you are sending the abstract, how it will be accepted there, and if accepted, how will you be presenting it so that the audience carries a message along with it, right? So you can look up abstracts from the previous years and understand the level of detail, the tone and tenor of the abstracts that have been accepted previously. So every conference has abstract books published. So look up at the abstract book, look at the titles, then look at what are the kind of abstracts that have been accepted as posters, which are the abstracts that have been accepted as oral, and try to find out what is the difference, and then understand what probably the conference people, organizers are looking for or aiming at. And also, along with that, it always helps to contact a colleague, a peer, a supervisor who has presented before at that conference. So with that basic groundwork, you have your own research, but then along with that, you need to know what are the other players there that will assist you in your play getting better, that is your abstracts being accepted at the conference. So you go by when you're writing the abstract, go by the what, so, what, therefore formula. That is, what is it about, why it matters, and how will it make a difference? So what is the problem or the research question? And so what means, why is this important? What is the gap in knowledge that has prompted you to go in for this research? And therefore means, what are the findings and their implications? So how is your research going to take the field forward in terms of knowledge? What was the earlier research? What was the gap there? And how are you trying to bridge that gap? So your abstract somewhere has to bridge the gap that is there between knowledge of the previous research and the next research, right? So this is the basic formula that you will keep in mind when you start writing your abstract. So in general, every conference abstract, they have their own guidelines, right? So you first read the conference instructions very carefully. Whatever they have provided, whether it is the word count, whether it is the formatting, the deadlines, and if you do not follow, then obviously that is the topmost reason for being rejected, because you have not conformed to their guidelines. Tailor to the theme, as I just said previously, that ensure that your topic aligns with the conference's overarching theme or specific tracks. A great paper that doesn't fit the conference focus will likely be rejected. Then, of course, use the template that they have provided. So use the provided submission system, the template properly. All the conference people say whether in what form do they want the abstract to be submitted, right? And also, if you're using Word, ensure that there is no formatting issue occurring when you do a copy paste, right? So if you have written in Word in your own computer, and then you are pasting it onto their own template, then see that there are no symbol errors, no special symbols errors that you are copy pasting while doing that. So you have to proofread all your abstracts properly. Minimize abbreviations. So when the first time you are using, unless it is some very accepted, well accepted ART or IVF, maybe you can still use the abbreviation, but otherwise you have to first give the proper complete name and then use abbreviations. And of course, in an abstract, you are not supposed to include tables or figures unless they have specifically mentioned that it is allowed. Of course, I'll come to that when we describe what are the conference requirements for abstracts. So this is the general outline for a conference abstract. For example, when we talk of ESHRE guidelines, it has very clear, well-defined format. It tells you how many words they want in the title, what is your study question, that is your objective or aim. 25, I mean, all the word limit has been clearly defined. What are the various headings under which they want you to include your abstract, right? From abstract title, study question, then they immediately want the summary answer, that is your conclusion. Then what is already known, that is the background, study design, size, duration. Then next they have participants, material, setting, method. So they have two separate, you need to understand what is the difference between the two. Then main results and the role of chance, limitations, what are the limitations of your study and what are the reasons for caution, and wider implications of the findings. And of course, if the study has been funded or not, and if it is a RCT that you are mentioning, then does it have a trial registration number? So all these things, when you start writing your abstract and when you start submitting your abstract, you have to keep this in mind, that you have to conform to all these rules. ESHRE further, I mean, they are clear that you will submit an abstract only if you are going to attend the meeting. Just don't submit an abstract for the heck of it. If you are going to attend the conference, unless it is some very emergency where you cannot attend, but otherwise submit an abstract only if you are going to be present. Suppose you submit, it is accepted and you do not go, then there are restrictions. They will not allow you to enter in the maybe the next 3 years to submit the abstract. Then choose the category and the topic very carefully. ESHRE has provided a huge list of topics under which you can register your abstract title, whether it is PCOS or it is general epidemiology, endocrinology, embryology, and so on. So understand which is your topic, which completely fits the given title, your title and the given list of abstract topics, and select it properly and then proceed. Any error there also might face a rejection, because your title of your abstract and the abstract topic that they have provided, they do not match. Probably there was a better category available which you overlooked or you did not do properly. Also, they have clearly mentioned, ESHRE, that the abstract should provide sufficient methodological detail, and you have to mention the number of participants, whether it is a randomized trial or not, what are the interventions, and mainly at least the primary outcome measure. What was the primary outcome measure of your study? So this is how ESHRE has given guidelines to write an abstract and submit an abstract. On the other hand, you have ASRM. They have a different set of guidelines, and they are quite rigid as far as their norms are concerned. They have, you have to understand before submitting that you have legal and ethical rights to submit and present the work. There should be no plagiarism. And if it is found that there is anything wrong, you have copied, there are legal ethical issues, then you are likely to be, your work is to be rejected and you will be reprimanded. You will be not be allowed to present in the future conferences, right? Similarly here, ASRM, just like ESHRE, says that you have to attend the meeting before you submit an abstract. You have to be sure that you will be attending the meeting. Also, you have to mention that any study you have done, whether it requires an institutional review board approval and whether you have got the approval or not, or if there is an exemption from this IRB, then you have to mention that as well. So you have to make your disclosures very clear before you submit an abstract. If you do not do that, if you fail to do it, your abstract is likely to be rejected. So apart from writing the actual scientific work, this also plays an important part in whether your abstract is accepted or rejected. Now, ASRM guidelines as regards formatting and content. See, in ESHRE, they had clear word limit for everything. In ASRM, they say that you have to have, they are not mentioning word, they are mentioning characters. So minus the spaces, the characters are to be considered for an ASRM abstract. They have said that the title should limit itself to 200 characters. But apart from that, they have just mentioned the headings under which the abstract has to be written, and a total character count is to be 2,700 characters. So they have not demarcated what should be your background character count, what should be your material method count, what, the conclusion, results, and so on. They have not demarcated, but they have given a complete 2,700. So you are free to use as many number of characters for the heading under which you are writing it, right? But again, here they have said that tables and images are not included. If at all a table is required, then in that case, the word limit goes down. So obviously, there again, you have to be careful. And then even how you are supposed to write the heading followed by a colon, if you make mistakes there, again, that may be a discrepancy and may, may not be accepted. Your abstract may not be accepted for presentation. So these are the little technical details which you have to consider. Again, here, copy-paste formatting is essential so that you don't make any mistakes. So objective, material method, result, conclusion, and an impact statement. All these are necessary just as they were in the ESHRE guidelines. But also, you have to be anonymous in the sense of the institution that you are coming from, and you the review is also anonymous, so that goes you are not supposed to identify yourself in any way, otherwise your abstract will be disqualified. If in any way you are trying to promote something or your institution name appears, then you are likely to be rejected. Also, additionally, ASRM asks for a disclosure form. So suppose you have as a first author applied, but you have your co-authors, it is mandatory that the co-authors also fill up the disclosure form, so that there is no conflict of interest anywhere, so that all authors and co-authors have agreed to be a part of that abstract. Unless all the co-authors also have filled up and signed the disclosure form, your abstract will not be accepted. You cannot even submit it. Forget about acceptance. You cannot even submit without the disclosure forms being filled up by all the authors and co-authors, right? So now coming to the actual scientific writing of your abstract work. So what is the structured abstract, or what is the structure for success if you want your paper to be accepted? First and foremost, it has to be original work. It should not be presented at any other conference or meeting before. There should be no reproduction of results from any other paper, no copy paste, no, nothing anywhere. So it should be a novel idea and not an oft repeated one. Then coming next to the research title, it should reflect the content and it should specify the study type. I'll be taking examples later on. So whether it is a RCT, whether it is a meta-analysis, and so on and so forth, you need to specify it. It is better if you specify. So your research title should be clear, concise, complete, and correct. So it should completely reflect your study, but then it should not be too heavily worded. Next, coming to what is the objective of your study? A simple but comprehensive statement revealing the aim of your study. Very simple but basic and very clear. You don't need to put in too many things at the same time. The more simple the study, the more simple the wording, the more easy it is to be understood and comprehended and therefore accepted. And then finally, and then the background or the context. So it should be clear, accessible, logical, statements, short statements in or short sentences, crisp, outlining the purpose that prompted you to take up the study. So everything, if it is clear in your head what actually you have done, what is the research that you have performed, then it becomes easier for you to say that this was the gap in knowledge and therefore I took up this study and therefore I want to do this particular study and go ahead in this manner. In this manner means your methodology. So, of course, in the abstract, you are supposed to give a brief outline, but it would be better if you mention what is your research design, what were the inclusion and exclusion criteria. Like, for example, you cannot have a blanket study involving all infertility patients coming to your clinic, whether your research was restricted to PCOS women, whether it was related to endometriosis, or whether it was related to elderly, or whether it was IVF versus ICSI, or whether it was day 3 versus day 5 in a particular group of patients. So you need to classify your patients properly. You also have to mention the number of participants, that who were the subjects, what was the number. So that way you increase the weight of your abstract. So research design, exclusion inclusion criteria, the participants number, as well as classification. How are you classifying those patients? Then how was the data collected, to show that your work is grounded and coherent. There should be no ambiguous statements there. You should be clear. And I believe it is the most easy to write the material method or methodology, because that is what you have done actually. So even if you're not clear how to start writing the title, it is easier if you start writing with your material method, because whatever you have done, you can just jot down and then go on screening, filtering it, so that now then you have a clear idea of what you have done, and then it becomes easy what you aimed for and what you got finally. So it becomes easier to write an abstract if you start with your methodology, in case you are confused on how to go about it. Of course, no brand names, only generic names for drugs or devices, no company names. And most importantly, you have to give a statistical analysis software, or if your word limit allows you, what are the statistical tests that you perform to find out whether your data is significant or not. So this is extremely important. How you design your research, how you analyze your research with the means of proper statistical analysis. So just writing a line about the statistical analysis in your abstract helps immensely, because then it becomes clear to the reviewers that you have worked hard and you have done your statistical analysis using proper tests. And also, finally, because you have worked so hard and you have selected a proper number of patients, it helps to mention also the power of the study. That means whether the number of patients or number of subjects or the participants that you have taken are enough to drive the study and come to conclusive results. So it helps to mention the power of the study. Now, even the statistical analysis softwares, when you feed the number of participants and all, it gives you what is the power of the study. So 75% and above is considered excellent power of study. So that depends upon what is the number of patients or what is the number of participants that you have taken. And of course, if it also helps if you mention a statement about ethics. So if you have used any human or animal subjects, IRB or equivalent ethical committee approval needs to be mentioned, if at all it is required. So that is about the basic title and structure. And now coming to the very key elements of your abstract, that is your results and conclusion. So results have to be data driven. Never leave out your results, even for preliminary studies, even if it is a case study. Whatever you have done, the data has to be mentioned over there. So you cannot write results will be discussed later on. Unless you have any data, unless you have figures there showing what comparison you have done, or before and after situation, it is no point giving an abstract without your data. So you need to have concrete data and findings. So it has to be statistically analyzed, proper data that you are mentioning in your results section. Abstracts without data, sample sizes, or statistical comparisons are likely to be rejected. And more often than not, it is this section which is responsible for rejection of abstracts, because if you have not written your results at all, or if you have written the results but they are not coherent because you were not clear what exactly you are trying to compare, or if you have complicated your results, then the likelihood of the abstract being accepted reduces, because you are not coherent with your results. Then coming to the conclusion, So this is, of course, the most important thing, because that is what you aimed at to begin with. So the gist of your study in 1 or 2 meaningful, very forceful, impactful sentences. Conclusion must align with the title and the aim of the study. So if you have aimed at something and you have given the title of your study that so and so, so whether your conclusion aligns with the aim and the title of your study or not, and emphasize the conclusions or takeaways. So what is the final result that you want to convey to people at large? That is the most important thing that you are going to do. So your material method should make things easier for you to write the title and your title, and then your results, and then finally your conclusion. And of course, all the conferences now have started asking for significance or impact of the study. So you clearly explain the why or the so what. That means how your findings are contributing to the field and what are the practical implications. Not just if you are an embryologist, how is it going to affect your lab, not just the lab, but how is it going to affect the clinical scenario. So you have to extrapolate and try to see how is it going to have your clinical implications overall. What research, what clinical implications is your research going to have? So reviewers are most interested in the results and their significance. So if it is a coherent thing, all your write-up is coherent, it becomes easier for the reviewer to understand. Because keep in mind,
Dr. Chimoti, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, sorry. So this is
No,
the approach.
don't be sorry.
Results.
Just finish.
Yeah. No, I'll finish it. So results and conclusions should take the narrative forward and should have relevance to the field. Avoid any vague words like seems or may possibly. In conclusion, be assertive, emphatic, but do not make very bold statements. Provide a clinical and scientific implication. And so your conference abstract is like a movie trailer. It should be catchy, engaging, clear, but it should not be misleading. It should generate curiosity enough to interest the reviewers so that they look forward to your presentation at the conference. So I'll just quickly give, if time permits, what are the examples of poor and good titles. For example, you cannot be so vague as a study of some factors affecting IVF success. If you can improvise it further, it could be a study of how different hormone levels and patient characteristics affect IVF outcomes in women at a fertility clinic over several years. But then again, this is vague. But then if you write impact of serum progesterone levels on live progesterone, just as an example, it could be anything that you are studying, on live birth rates in women undergoing frozen embryo transfer, a prospective cohort study. So now see the same thing, but you have given a very nice structure to your title. Similarly, effect of blastocyst grading on implantation rates in women more than 38 years. Or it would be better if you write association between day 5 blastocyst gradation and implantation rates after single euploid frozen embryo transfer in women 38 to 42 years, a retrospective cohort study. So how you define your title is a reflection, is a mirror to what study you have done and how are you going to conclude. Similarly,
5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Comparison of antagonist versus agonist protocol on cumulative live birth rates in first IVF cycles could be rewritten like this. If you all can read, you can quickly take a photograph. Otherwise, I'll be taken to task here. I'll be rejected.
No, we'll just turn off.
Okay. So bad conclusion, for example, for that title would be C. Blastocyst grading seems to affect implantation rates in older women. Better quality embryos had better outcomes. More research is needed. So that is a bad conclusion. A strong conclusion would be in elderly women undergoing single euploid frozen embryo transfer, good day 5 blastocyst grading correlated significantly with higher implantation rates compared with poor quality blastocysts. These findings suggest that morphological grading retains prognostic value even after PGTA and may inform embryo prioritization strategies in advanced maternal age. So in a nutshell, you are giving everything that you have done. So I will not take more time now. So be articulate, clear, high quality research, stick to guidelines, avoid excessive jargon, and what reviewers are looking at, it need not be something too hi-fi, it could not be too high-end, but then something that is basic, which takes the field forward. original impactful work and present it in a professional, accessible manner. And in the end, even if your abstract is not accepted, understand that there are too many people submitting. Probably you are good, but still maybe you are the 101 person and only 100 abstracts were supposed to be accepted. So you need not feel bad. Just try to work on it and choose your conference wisely another time, and you can resend it to the next one in case your abstract is rejected at one conference. So be ready for rejection also. If you have done all else properly, choose your conference wisely. And thank you so much for the patient hearing. I have wrapped it up.
Thank you, Dr. Chimoti. An excellent presentation. No spelling mistakes, but one typographical error.
Oh, what was that?
I'm not telling you. You have to look at everything again. If you don't know, you ask Dr. Professor Dhaval to, get his artificial stuff on the case. Thank you.
Thank
Delegates,
you so much.
questions, comments, please.
Any questions are there? Please ask.
Ma'am, you can stop sharing.
Yes, I've stopped.
Yeah.
So I have a question for our first speaker. Which age group should your presentation be directed? Under 35, over 45, over 55? This is a very serious question. You may stop smiling, Dr. Chimoti.
Is it to me?
It is to you, sir. Yes.
Yeah. The answer is that AI has increased the gap of the thing which is wisdom. Those who are above 40.
No. Please address the question, the numbers. Simply state the age group, not the
All
rationale.
of them. It should be for all of them.
And the priority?
The priority should be above 40.
More
40
than that.
years.
I think
40, above 40.
Thank you, sir. That's an excellent comment. Thank you. Dr. Rupali, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I agree with you. And actually, it is the older generation. I mean, where I would consider myself also, more than 45 is the generation which really needs to train and get used to it. The younger people are much better off, and they're more trained and they're more, aware.
Rupali ma'am, I want to, if you allow me, I want to interrupt at this moment. The thing is, the younger generation is using the AI tool without knowing the concepts. Those who are above 45, they are aware about the concepts, but they are not aware about the AI tool. So that's a mismatch which has happened.
I agree completely, sir. I think that's a very excellent point, because
I also have one question, sir.
Go ahead, Dr. Rupali.
So this is again for Dr. Dhaval. When you were talking of temperature settings, you keep the temperature settings. What is the usual cutoff? It always has to be less than minus, what did you say, -1?
No. It should be between, the normal range is 0 to 1. There are basically 5 settings in ChatGPT. Okay. Temperature is there, top P is there, top K is there, frequency penalty is there, and presence penalty is there. My video is there on it. Now let's talk about the temperature. The default setting of ChatGPT is 0.5. It means that some facts are taken, some new text is generated on its own. As soon as I lower this temperature, I am using a restrictive model that I don't allow the ChatGPT to write or generate any text on its own. You have to write only those things which are available in the facts. So actually, this type of setting is necessary when we are dealing with the subjects mathematics, physics, chemistry, pure science. But when we are dealing with arts, in which I have to write the movie plot, I have to write some new poem, I want that the model liberates and it starts generating something more, and that's the reason I raise the temperature above 0.7 or 0.8. That's my answer.
So most of the things.
Dr. Chimoti, sorry, I'm going to question for Dr. Chimoti because we are now 1 minute over time. Dr. Chimoti.
Yes, please.
Your younger colleagues, you have trainees, yes, no?
Yes, yes.
Good. How many drafts do you tell your trainees they should expect to write before they reach the product, the abstract which they submit?
So there is no limit to the number of drafts because
so
10,
every, 20?
Yeah, pay me 10, yes, yes.
Yes.
And it
yes.
depends on the individual capacity as well. Some maybe write better, are better at better flair at writing. So maybe 5-6 drafts and they are okay. But some people require more time. But
My
yes,
boss,
on an average,
boss said he writes 6 drafts. My boss.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Rupali. She's my boss. Dr. Rupali,
We
go
do
ahead.
have a question, Professor Geddes. I think this is for you also. What is the minimum data requirement for a new research paper? Dr. Rama has asked. I think Professor Geddes, would you like to take up this?
Would you repeat the question, please?
What is the minimum data requirement for a new research paper? That's the question.
The first point 1 is originality. The subject of the research should be original. That's the priority. The second priority is to repeat an experiment that has been performed by another group that has published original data. Right? That's important. Then there are many other things which were touched on, especially by Dr. Chimoti. For example, the N value, the number of the research question, the methodology. But if the researcher is not sure, and the researcher works in a team, then the researcher may ask the team leader or have a group discussion. Because we do not work in isolation. Well, maybe some of us do, but in this field, we are in a multidisciplinary environment, which have been touched on by both speakers already. I hope I've answered the question.
So if whenever you choose a topic, Dr. Rama, just look into the data, what is present, whatever is the incidence of occurrence of that phenomena, and then you calculate the sample size accordingly. Sometimes even small sample sizes are okay, small number of patients are also okay, but sometimes you will definitely need much bigger sizes. But to begin with, you can look up the literature.
May I answer?
Please add. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think what she means to say is what is the minimum number of patients that or participants you need. You cannot say that. It depends upon the type of your study. It could be a case study where you can present just a single case. If it is something totally extraordinary that you have noticed, which has not seen before, then even a case study will do. You may have 2-3 case studies in a given abstract as well or paper as well. And then a number of participants, there are studies published with even 25 patients in each group. But then it all depends upon what is your aim of the study, what is your study type, whether it is a prospective, retrospective, whether you have done a comparative study, and accordingly, what is the kind of significance you are getting from the studies. And when you put all that data in your statistical analysis, what is the power of the study generated out of which? Right? Because see, when we say number of patients, it also depends upon what is the standard deviation. If you have taken, say, 10 patients, so in that 10 patients, you will have such a lot of overlap between the patient data that you will not have clear defined results. Why we need more is that when there are more number of patients, the overlap, the standard plus minus standard deviation, it gets corrected and then it becomes easier to get significant data. So something which will not give you significance with 25 patients, but the same results, same kind of results. So if you say your threshold value is say 380 for something, I'm arbitrarily I'm saying, but with 25 patients, that 380 and 360 will not give you a difference. But with say 75 patients, the same threshold value will have a huge significance. So it all depends upon what is the standard deviation as well, right? So how pinpointed your results are, what is the confounding factors? If there are more confounding factors, you will need to have more number of patients. So it all depends, it all boils down to what is your title, how you are proceeding, what is your classification of patients. See, because for example, you are
I'm going to interrupt Dr. Chimodi because she has a question already. She's mentioned the question. Dr. Rupali, we should ask the delegate who asked the question. And the question is, which particular field, which aspect of our work does she wish to study? Can she tell us that?
Dr. Ramagarg, can you please answer this?
Just in 10 words.
You can unmute yourself.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm studying data on my infertility patients, comparative study of two hormonal hormones, and finding
So
a
two hormone what? Two hormone levels or
yes,
two hormone injections?
two hormone levels initially and after treating one, the response on the other.
Thank you. You've answered the question.
Yes. Then how many number of patients I need to write the paper?
My expectation is hundreds in each group.
Okay.
Hundreds, right? In order to get the level of the power, the statistical significance, the power of the data.
Okay.
And then there are some very, very important other things which Dr. Chimoti mentioned, and that is the methodology. When we are measuring anything, how accurate and reproducible is the measurement? And these are all very, very important things. I'm not saying this to you to stop you from doing the study. The important thing, which Dr. Chimoti mentioned, is to have the question.
Okay.
And then plan. And if you have any queries, Dr. Chimoti will be only too happy to advise you, if you have no advisors in your department, advise you about the important things she's touched on.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So
One more
it is
question
now,
there in the chat box.
we are now 7 minutes late since we
Please
started
will
3
answer
minutes
one more
late.
question, sir.
We have another question. Wonderful.
Yes.
Good. We'll keep
By
going
Dr.
for another
Rani.
hour. Yep.
What will be more important in a prospective research paper? Is it the statistical significance? That's what she wants to know. Have you heard the question?
Yeah, may I?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
See, your results need not be always positive, in the sense that you were aiming to see a huge difference between two study groups, but it turned out that there was no significance. You can still give a negative result that there was no significant difference found, and therefore you don't need to change your whatever you had been doing. So, of course, it is the statistical significance. If you are looking at differences, then it is the statistical significance which makes a difference. But if you do not get any statistically significant difference in your results, that means your study did not take the aim forward, right? It was what was your hypothesis? Whether that hypothesis got whether you got a positive result or a negative one. So your hypothesis may not always be fulfilled, right? So it's all right if you have negative results because there was no statistical significance. But otherwise, your weight of your results will be only with a good statistical significance. Difference in statistical significance.
Very well answered. I agree. I agree completely.
Absolutely. So it's not just statistical significance. Sometimes your hypothesis, what you've taken initially, can just go wrong. So it's okay. It's even if it's not correct.
So if it's a
Another
randomized
question?
prospective study may show a difference or it may show no difference, as Dr. Chimoti has said, and both are important, but the end value, the number is important. Just as we round up, what I would like to remind our delegates of, and we haven't, and what is terribly important is for us to have feedback. Now, you may either, I don't know if we have a feedback form ready for our delegates, Dr. Rupali. If we don't, then if they can each give feedback.
Yes, we'll mail you a feedback questionnaire, and
That's
then
good.
probably you can tell us, and then I hope you
Yeah,
all get back
yeah.
because we do have your email IDs, so a common mail will be sent to all. Before we leave, we have just two basic questions. One is to write a paper without high plagiarism. Very, very, very important in the current era because all papers are checked for plagiarism. There are very nice, even free softwares available. Dr. Dhaval, if you're there, can you just tell us one AI generated software which will help us to kind of detect and remove plagiarism also? Not only that, otherwise also Google can also help you. Dr. Dhaval, are you there? I think he's not there.
So may I start the answer?
I am there.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, can you repeat the question? I heard the only last.
Can you please suggest a way to write a paper without high plagiarism?
AI plagiarism.
Yes. So you can kind of tell us. One, Dr. Neeraj has also told us about Turnitin, right?
Turnitin.
Yeah, that's Turnitin.
Now, I'll suggest some another. See, I will tell you two things which you have to do. Okay?
Yes.
My basic question is, how is it possible that the AI is detecting that it is written by the AI? Just think and tell me. I'll take 1 minute or not more than 1 minute. How is it detecting?
That's what is the function of AI that time.
No, but how is it detecting it? So for this, you will have to understand the basic English grammar. First thing is, when humans write, their sentence can be in active and passive voice. Okay? But when written by AI, either it will be active or passive. This is, you should remember. Second, when humans write the sentences, the words in the two sentences may differ. Let's say that there are two sentences, the words in that may differ in terms of number. But when it is written by AI, in two sentences, more or less, the number of words are similar in two sentences. Is it clear?
Yes.
So this is the second observation. Third observation is, AI is having some words which are like echolalia. Something like echolalia means there are favorite words of it, which it repeats quite often, like delve, intricacies, embark. And when you include such words, you are caught. Fourth, the transition from one sentence to another sentence, in case of humans, it is very abrupt. It's very abrupt. But when it is written by AI, there is a smooth transition. It will use some words which can connect the two sentences very nicely. Fifth, whenever anything is written by AI, it will have a very long dash, which you must have observed. Long dash are there. 6, grammars, as sir had already pointed out, no grammatical mistake, no spelling mistake, and that's the reason you get caught very easily, because humans often do the mistake.
So the question of the delegate is a human written but plagiarized. So we need to detect plagiarism and modify it ourselves. not like an AI generated. Is there an AI generated tool which can help us to modify our own article so that the plagiarism level is much, much lower?
I will definitely share with you.
Okay.
No problem. I will definitely share with you. But these days, Grammarly or Scholarly also, if you are using it, it is a AI detected. Now there is a tool.
Mm-hmm.
There is a tool which can do a miracle for you, and that is Edit GPT. Edit GPT. What you have to do, you have to just paste your text here and give the command that normalize it. Don't use the command humanize. All this will also not work. Just paste your text here. It gives you 20,000 words per month free, and just you have to use this prompt, make it natural, and it will definitely remove the AI structures from it. It will break all AI structures, and it will be humanized, and it will be made more natural. The tool name is Edit GPT. Okay.
One. All right. Thank you. Before we wind up the session, I just want to tell everyone that we have an IFS journal, an Indian Fertility Society's own journal, which is called as Fertility Science Research, where we would want more and more people to publish. One of the aims of this session, this workshop here, is also to increase the publication pattern, as well as the fact that more people in our country should be publishing. We do have an ethical committee for helping the researchers to take a clearance. Usually retrospective studies will just need a number, but prospective studies, all prospective studies do need a specific ethical clearance number before they are published in any journal. So we do have it even at the Indian Fertility Society, for which is there available at very less charges for all the members who are members of IFS. So in case you have any doubts, you can always contact me. I'm there. I'm available all the time on WhatsApp. A message would be wonderful, and I would definitely answer that. So Professor Geddes, should we just finalize? Dr. Akshay, would you like to give in a vote of thanks? Dr. Akshay, please give in a vote of thanks.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Thank you all. Thank you all the speakers and the those participants, those are joined, and it was a nice discussion how to present a paper, and we have some doubts we have cleared. Already we got our idea how efficiently we can write a paper and present a paper, which is Bindu madam has narrated it brief Bindu madam is narrated it clearly according to the guideline which society want how to present the paper. We have to observe that. So thank you all for your nice participation, and I thank all the speakers for their active participation. Thank you all.
Thank you. With that, we come to an end of the session. We'll be sending you a feedback form at the after this gets over in another 2-3 days. Please take out 5 minutes to just answer that. It will be great. We're all available for your doubts and queries. Dr. Dhaval has also shared his contact details, and I'm also there. My number has also been put on the chat. You just let us know. All right. All the best and happy publishing to all. Thank you
so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Dr. Bindu, for
thank you all.
such an amazing eye-opener.
Dr. Chimoti, third last slide. You forgot to put in the hyphen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
In just one of
because I was in a hurry to go ahead.
You put reboot.
Yes.
And then I thought, oh, what? I know why Dr. Chimoti did this. She did this to see if I read every single, not just word, but character. I caught you. But Dr. Rupali told me to do this. Yeah. So she's the boss.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, Dr. Rupali. You see, congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Geddes. You were
It has
Thank
been
you.
wonderful
Right of the
seeing you
meeting.
here.
Uh-huh.
Even if
Yeah.
making us.
online, it was wonderful meeting you.
Your
Yeah.
presentation
madam.
was
Thank
really
you,
nice,
Dr.
Bindu
Dhaval.
ma'am.
Thank you.
I was watching it.
We'll be calling you again, Dr. Dhaval, as well as Dr. Bindu ma'am, for maybe the next month or so. Maybe, yeah, because these are, I think, very, very important and pertinent topics.
Is
I think
Dr.
this is the most
Chimoti a good cook, Dr. Rupali?
Yes.
He hasn't
She
invited
is.
me.
Does she know what my favorite dish
Yes,
is?
onion
Go
bhaji.
on. You need to tell me, I'll do that for you.
Dr. Rupali will reveal
The
all.
onion bhaji is the most favorite.
Oh,
too.
wow.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You love Indian food.
Dr. Rupali will answer.
Yeah.
Of course I
Onion
do.
bhaji.
Of course I do.
Yes, yes. All right. Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Dhaval.
you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Wonderful webinar. Yeah, Dr. Rupali.
Thank you. So much.
Excellent. Congratulations. Bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.